Okay, I call tonight's meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order.
Checks.
It's like a lot of,
Yes. Well, we didn't do any the week of Memorial Day, so
that's right. This new format for the check manifest is good. Gets you more information.
yeah, I had to print a different one because I had a bunch of credits in there for one of the vendors. And you have to go in and manually choose your checks instead of doing just all the invoices that you entered. So that's
Okay.
why that's different. But I can certainly print that from now on if you like it better.
Well, where we have the checks, I'm not sure it's essential. So is this annual maintenance on the generator? The generator repair?
At the fire
Oh,
department?
I was thinking the highway department. You're right, it's fire department.
Yeah, it was a repair.
Okay. Nope, I just thought highway department and wondered why it needed repair so soon.
Just remember that we only need 2 signatures on the vendor checks. Leave a line for the trustee, treasurer. we run better fuel in our trucks now.
So hopefully it'll last longer.
Yes.
There's some for me to sign or look at.
Those two.
Sure. Are all the phone lines switched over now?
Um. Two of the two of the three phone lines, there's an order and those are being switched. And we have one line left, which is. I think it's the fax line because they're still working on that. System with video.
Okay. This is so real. Not consistent on how they call that. ones.
Oh. That's
Just if you're
right.
gonna search or
Yeah.
anything, it might.
Oh, I would search by vendor, but
Okay.
yes. Um, that's right.
I just started looking for
I,
why we had two types and realized they were just different months.
it's okay. I had it going to the wrong vendor for a minute. Somehow, I don't know how I managed to change the payee, but not who the invoice was from. Like, I don't even know how I did that.
Hmm.
So before I print checks, I always go through and check dollar amounts and
Yeah.
invoice numbers and who it's going to, so. Do you want to do the
Yes.
public hearing?
Yes. So I called our public hearing for the select board to order. And this is a public hearing for unanticipated funds, and these are related to the FEMA reimbursement. And can you provide me with the amounts?
The dollar amount is $29,490.83.
And is there only one?
Yes,
Okay.
and this is the balance that was due for the 24-25 work. So now they've paid us up to date for everything that was outstanding.
Any questions or comments? I make a motion that we accept the unanticipated funds, FEMA related to the flood repair and mitigation work for 24 and 25, 2024, 2025. The amount of $29,490.83.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. And now I'd like to return to the select board meeting.
Bank reconciliations? And those are for April.
The PSNH abatement comes out of our operating funds, not out of tax revenue.
I coded it to the same place it did before.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And I'm just asking the question. Like,
Yeah,
I remember.
I think, because there's no way to take it from tax revenue.
Okay,
There's no way to code it from taking it from tax revenue, so I think it just goes into comes out of general funds, and then when you guys signed the check, you talked about taking it out of capital reserves if we needed to,
okay,
towards the end of the year.
okay. And abatements usually come out of operating funds. That's what I'm trying to remember.
I don't know, because
Okay.
abatements don't usually work that way.
Have a check written.
Right. Usually the abatement is just done in the system, but because this was a legal case,
Right.
I think it comes out of general funds then,
And I'm thinking like,
because they paid it and then we had to refund it.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah. It's not your typical it's not really an abatement at that point. It's a refund.
okay,
Yeah.
that helps me understand.
That talking through it that way kind of makes sense. Because if it was an abatement,
It would just be they wouldn't pay as much.
right, it would have just gone through the tax system. But their abatement, just like the one for last year.
Yeah, I couldn't remember how we handled it last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the same way.
Okay.
I can check.
Yeah, it'd be good to be consistent.
Yeah, I can
And since
check.
we already had the audit.
I don't know
and-
how else I would have done it, so,
Okay,
but I'll check.
because we do write a check to the school system in the county, but it doesn't come out of our general funds.
Correct. But I think that's just because we collect it.
Mhm. We're certainly way ahead of where we anticipated to be for spending on equipment repair for the highway department. Could add them to our road to travel workshop.
Yes. We've got two land use change tax warrants. You'll need to sign second and third page of each package. Please.
I make a motion that we approve and sign the two land use change tax warrants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Second and third page. 3 driveway permits.
So Adam has approved all 3 of these.
Yes.
And then we're pulling Ron into the loop. We can do the contact the
The 911
911 number.
address. Yes, that gets done at the owner's request, not when there's just a driveway put in, but at the owner's request.
I think these are the ones he said hadn't been requested when we met with him last.
Yeah. Guess he finally caught up with him.
Yeah, that's what it appears.
It's amazing how many people have called about those lots. We're gonna buy property and we're gonna build a house. Can we blah, 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 blah.
Lots, everybody is so.
Oh my gosh. So many calls about building properties this past week. So many.
All of these 3 lots.
Not on, just on those 3 lots, some others. I have land, I want to build a house, okay. What are the guidelines? It's really easy,
State building codes apply.
yes.
Very good. I make a motion that we approve the 3 driveway permit.
I'll second that.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is an annual tax abatement for the Dalton picnic area.
Did that ever get fixed or cleaned up after the flood?
I'm not sure.
I make a motion that we approve the abatement
I'll
for the
second that.
Dalton picnic area. All in favor? Aye. So we had volunteers who were gonna keep that cleaned and picked up, but I know there was a lot of damage from the flood. So I just.
Yeah,
don't know where that
mostly-
is.
I think it was mostly trees that, but they're not down on the actual picnic area. I think they're more kind of half fallen over where the stream goes towards the river. But
Are they blocking the stream?
No, they came
no,
towards the grassy area.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And then was the road down there? Was that washed off with the?
No.
flood?
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Adams Pool itself is a little bigger.
Yeah.
Say again,
The pool itself's a little
a little
bigger.
bigger than it was, yeah.
Glad you guys have your signing hands today.
Stuff for us.
Meeting minutes for May 11th. Oh, here, page 3.
Make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from our regular meeting of May 11th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I weren't here.
Non-public minutes 1, 2, 3, and 4 from May 11th.
I make a motion that we accept meeting minutes 1, 2, 3, and 4 from May 11th.
With a correction of a minor typographical
Yeah.
error on 4.
On number 4.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You signed this then?
No.
Meeting minutes from May 18th.
I make a motion that we approve the working session meeting minutes from May 18th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You
I
were
weren't
here,
here.
so, okay,
I'll see you for the 28th one.
that's good.
Non-public number 1 from May 18th.
You didn't sign those, Joe.
I'm sorry,
You didn't sign the ones that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, call her back in or something.
Gotta watch
Gotta
her
keep me
sometimes.
straight. We gotta look out for each other.
That's right.
Make a motion, we accept the non-public session from May 18th.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting minutes from May 28th.
Make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the 28th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All these things to sign, you need one of those auto pens.
Oh, no.
Just get a stamp.
Non-public number 1 from May 28th.
I'll make a motion, we accept the meeting, non-public meeting minutes from May 28th.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it for stuff for signing.
Good. Phew. Okay,
46 minutes worth.
all right. For old business, we have the flooring in the building and the moisture issue. Do we have an update on that?
Yes, I spoke with, I think his name's Bob. He came in last week and looked at the floor, said that he's had a lot of issues in different older buildings with moisture, with replacing really old flooring because the mastic is different. So, he's going to come in and pull up the tile and put a moisture barrier down and then replace the tile. He graciously said that they would just do the work and not charge us. So
Good.
we're pretty lucky there. So they'll redo the entire hallway here, except for up at the town clerk tax collector window because everything is really good there. And then there's a spot in the gym that they're gonna do as well.
Good.
So,
Do we have a time frame?
no,
Okay.
I just am waiting for them to call me to tell me when they're getting us on the schedule and I'll have to coordinate with the library. So we'll probably have to close off this section of the building for a few days. So,
Like we did last time.
yes. Hopefully not as long because there's no abatement, but
Yep. And it looks like they're getting ready to do the paving.
yes, they were actually going to start doing that this week, but we hadn't submitted our permit to the state. So that's in the works. I submitted that last week and they're going to start doing the work hopefully next Monday. Since I'm on vacation next week, except for town clerk tax collector hours, they plan on doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if they have to.
Will be a sign so people can park on the road or they'll figure it out.
They said that they'll come and take the gravel up and you can still park. It'll just be just a
Gravel.
dirt base,
Mhm.
just literally a dirt base. And then they'll have it repaved for Thursday.
Good. So one that we talked about, I think you weren't here, is just setting some goals for this year. I know the last couple of years we've been kind of busy and we haven't set any goals and we're just kind of consumed with a lot of the flood thing. And I think we talked about some, but I wanted to just start getting a list together so we can make some progress. One of the things is just going through all of our policies. And I think a first one to start on would be the right to know policy, and Jeanette gave us information on that.
She did.
She did.
And I believe that I emailed it too, but I know you said for a period of time you didn't have access.
I'll just check, see if I got it or not.
Okay,
I don't think I did.
okay,
So missing a bunch of them.
okay, I can resend it. I don't think I have.
Maybe we can just start scheduling things along the way and then look at. Is there a table of contents for our binder on policies? There probably isn't.
I'm not sure. Here's a copy of the right to know, Eric. This is what I handed out a couple weeks ago. It's our policy and the right to know RSA in its entirety.
So I saw something today from NHMA where they're doing I think it's a lunchtime virtual workshop on meeting minutes. And one of the things they were going to cover would be, because one of the things we have to look at is unsealing minutes at some point,
Yeah.
which we have never really,
Haven't
So
really
that-
done it.
we've never done it since I mean, I can remember one isolated incident where we went back and did it since I've been on the board. And that was one of the topics on that. I think there's a cost. I'd have to check. I'm thinking $20 or something. So I think one or more of us should probably attend that.
You remember what date it was?
Check.
Yeah, I saw that email too, but I was just breezing through it. I just stopped and read it.
Yeah, I was breezing through too, so that's where I noted it, but I didn't flag the details. It is Wednesday, June 17th at 12 noon. Soon.
I won't be able to do it.
Okay,
It's a weekday.
yeah. Check my calendar.
I can't believe it. That's the day I'm driving to Connecticut.
Kind of hard to do it while you're driving. Not very safe.
Yeah.
Okay. I will try to. Do you want to try to take me?
I'm on vacation that week.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would be more than happy to.
Okay. While we're talking about training, there's also one on enforcement. Which we don't do a lot, but I thought it might be good for one of us to go to that. You know, like the planning board has subdivision regulations, so if somebody violates them, you know, what do we do? We're like, Jeanette's getting a lot of questions about building houses and building codes and things like that. And when we had zoning, we made sure we put a disclaimer that you have to adhere to state building codes because we don't have a building inspector. But it just seemed like it would probably be a good idea for one or more of us to go to that one as well. Trying to find it, and it was virtual or in person, I believe. The Guide to Effective Code Enforcement Workshop. It's on Tuesday, June 16th from 9 to 12.
So the day before.
Yeah, and I have,
Would it be up to us to enforce a state code, though? I wouldn't think it would be.
I wouldn't think, but maybe just how we communicate that. And then we do have setback requirements and subdivision regs for the planning board. And actually, building inspectors, code enforcement, fire chiefs, it might be good for Ron to go to it. I have appointments that morning, so I can't. I could register for it and get the a guide to effective enforcement electronic publication.
I can't do it.
Yeah. You can't either. I can't.
Those 2 days are like the days I can't miss this month, so.
Yep. Do you want me to register for it so I get the
Yes, sir.
documentation?
We have the info for it if you register.
There is a cost. It's $55 virtual for NHMA members. So I don't know if it's worth $55 or not.
If it comes with some type of manual of, you know, enforcement stuff, then we could all look at that.
Yeah,
Is there any other way to get that?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say if if there's an enforcement issue, that we would probably just issue a letter and then let the whatever agency know about it. But my guess would be it would probably end up being a legal thing if we had to push it.
Yeah, I'm not saying we would enforce it, but at least we know
Right.
what it is that's in violation.
and a lot of the enforcement might be for towns that have zoning or have a building inspector and things, so.
Yeah,
I'm kind of bringing it up, but I'm not feeling strongly about it. So. Let it go.
Probably for right now, since nobody can really attend.
Okay. Okay, so back to our list of goals for the year for policies. The first one would be the right to know. We kind of got diverted on the training. And then I think when we look at that, we should probably look at all the policies and just prioritize them. That would be a second
I
step.
can provide you guys with the list of the policies, even if there's not a table of contents, I could type one. I mean, we don't have 500 policies, so it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be good. I know the building committee is working on the building. It has some things. We have a transfer station committee. I think that's big in terms of a goal for the select board is to move forward on things with the transfer station and recycling. I think that's probably, I'd put it up before the building. Other things we want to do as a town, as a select board for the town?
Yeah, I don't even know all the policies we have, so.
Yeah.
Should get us that list, we can look at those and see, update some.
Yeah, because those definitely need to be updated and things have just been crazy enough the last few years that they haven't been.
If we get familiarized with them, then we can get a better idea.
Mhm. But then are there other things, building or town wise that
Mhm.
we can start at this and we can always add to our list.
Yeah, I think the buildings have been getting updated. We got the solar panels and generators and
Yeah,
stuff like that, so. Well, lighting for this building, right?
we're trying. The other thing that is pretty big is the grant applications for the new tanker truck and the new highway department truck. So those were in process.
Yeah.
Well, the applications are done and submitted. We've made it through the first pass on both of those. So,
And I think a big thing we started with our town meeting is actually having a capital equipment replacement plan. So we should probably put that just on our list so that we capture, we did that.
Yeah.
Okay, think about it, because we can add to the list as we go along. But I'm just trying to think forward instead of just doing all the routine things. Not that the routine things aren't important. Just there may be other things that could help the town out. Okay, for committee updates, Conservation Commission,
Right, yeah.
okay,
John did send an email to the select board regarding the $46,166.50 he wants to request for reimbursement from Casella. He sent that right before Memorial Day.
so this is this a repeat of his request from last year?
Yes, it's like it.
Okay. So this is work that the Conservation Commission hired to have evaluations done on the proposed site for the Granite State landfill. And the proposal from the Conservation Commission is that we ask Casella if they will reimburse the Conservation Commission for those funds.
Was there any agreement saying that they would?
Prospectively, no.
What happened last year? Did you send a letter?
No,
The board declined to send a letter.
I know. I'd like to know his thinking on why would they give us the money if there wasn't any kind of agreement on saying they would pay for it if we did some, some research or whatever.
Yeah. I can't speak for him. I'm surmising that the thought is that, in many cases, there is an agreement with the developer to pay for that. But in this case, there wasn't.
There's not an agreement on, I mean, we could send things, but doesn't mean we're gonna do anything.
I agree. So do you want to send something or do you want to just let it go?
I would say right now, no, unless he can come up with something. Something in writing that Casella said they would possibly reimburse it.
Okay, your thoughts, Eric?
Same as last time.
Okay. All right.
So do you want me to get back to John with a question or tell him that the board has decided not to request reimbursement? Or,
My question would be, is there anything in writing saying they would reimburse?
okay, so you want me to send your question to John and
If
see?
you could, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Because we could, it certainly doesn't hurt to ask them for reimbursement.
I
But-
agree, but I don't wanna just send it off and nothing's gonna happen to it, they'll just put it in the round pile and forget about it.
Yeah,
I'll ask him.
okay. Planning board, do we have any updates?
Nothing new this time, they went over a couple things that were submitted last time and. That was about it.
Okay. Post-community agreement, do you want to give an update or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll speak to it. So very excited that we were able to secure the attorney a couple select board meetings ago. So we've got her on the books. I just finished up kind of collecting all of the work that the board, the committee, I should say, has done over these last several months, from reviewing other host community agreements to reviewing the original agreement that Casella sent, to looking at the feedback that residents provided us, and then the conversations of the committee itself. Tried to encapsulate that into our first working document, which the entire committee now has in their hands. And we'll start to go through that and make sure that every member of the committee is comfortable with where that is. And then, and the attorney has it as well. And so, as we kind of work through that, the final piece would be to have the attorney make sure it's buttoned up tight, before we start the process of then engaging Casella in regards to their thoughts about what we have to present.
Right. And because we're at this stage where the attorney is engaged, then it is now non-public.
Correct, yeah, so our next meeting will, obviously, it'll start in a public fashion. We have some business to take care of. But when we start to discuss the details of that work, since it is work with the attorney, we will move to a non-public session.
Yep. Good. Let's see, the building committee has not met since the original meeting, right? And the work days are in July.
Correct. We have not met, but you mentioned earlier already that the paving is going to be done.
Yep.
So that is scheduled. That's one of the items that the building committee was trying to focus on. And then we have our work days. The police door was going to be worked on this Saturday, but it was raining, so that had to be pushed off. So work days of July 11th and July 18th.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
For the transfer station committee, they met a couple of weeks ago, was it? Went over some of the information people had gathered. And had tasks to be done to gather more information and come back One of the things was reaching out to New Hampshire
Recycles.
Recycles, and they will provide somebody to come and evaluate our transfer station to see what improvements should be made. So we're gonna try to schedule that for the next meeting. I haven't heard if that's been confirmed or not.
Next meeting is next Monday, right?
Yes,
I think believe so. Yes. 5:30. So we're still trying to figure out what to do with the recycling. Did we ever get an answer from Casella in terms of the pricing?
no,
Okay. And the other thing regarding the transfer station is we have the recruitment out for a transfer station attendant. As Kyle gave his notice.
I've received one resume.
So are we at the point to start interviewing?
Yes, if you want to interview the one candidate.
Well, we probably need to.
Just walked in the room.
Do you want to do that tonight?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know, he's already it.
Could do it towards the end. I
Okay,
mean, we don't have a whole lot more,
yeah,
but
okay. Do we have any applicants for the highway department?
one,
Okay. So are we going to have an interview for that individual or rely on Adam?
however you would like to handle it.
What do you think? It's a part-time,
I'm,
5 to 20 hours per week position
I think Adam should be here.
but part of it, yes.
Yeah,
And what about for the transfer station position?
he already knows Mike.
Yeah,
So.
okay. All right, so let's try to get through the rest of this and we can move into non-public. All right. The hazard mitigation grant program, I know there was correspondence from,
We're
For
just
today.
waiting to be reimbursed.
okay. We already talked about the truck and the tanker, which have
Yep.
made it through the first part of the application process. For the emergency road repairs, the repair funding is now paid up to date for the 24 and 25 work. And we talked with Adam at our last meeting and he's proceeding with the mitigation.
And the rest of the repair work.
Okay. And if you do you have any update on that from Adam from
No,
our last meeting? Okay. For new business, I have heard that under Canvas is open.
yes,
And were any of you able to go to the,
I weren't. I think
Yeah.
John was it.
Yeah, well,
how was it?
some tents on some platforms.
Hmm?
It's some tents on platforms.
Platforms.
It's pretty nice. I
That's good.
guess.
I think it's pretty pricey, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how much they charge, but I know it's considered glamping.
Depending on what type of tent you get to, some are more fancier and bigger than others, so prices differ on that. But
Yeah,
yeah, we didn't talk about prices at all, just walked around the facility a little bit and yeah, it looks nice. So hopefully it'll be a good addition.
good.
I did finally get an email from the general manager up there about their signs that haven't gone up yet. They are putting a sign, an under canvas sign at Blakesley Road. And we were suggesting a sign also at Simon's Road. So what they're suggesting at Simon's Road is a no through traffic, local residents only sign to keep people from going up Simon's and Big Hill. Because everyone is supposed to go from 135 up to Blakesley. I also suggested that they put a sign directing people up the correct side of Blakesley Road at the Y so that people don't go the long way around. I've not heard anything back. I had the email Saturday morning when I came in and I responded to it, but no response back yet.
And that heavy truck traffic should stop now that they're open, right? And that construction is over?
Yes,
They're not 100% done on construction, you said, they still have a few things, so. Sure, some construction things are going on, but
for the
Okay.
most part, it's
I
done,
haven't heard a lot of trucks going up and down the road lately, but it's only been a few days.
which bothers me because you should have never heard trucks going up and down your road. So,
And there was damage to the road as well, so we need to
Blatantly.
invoice them.
yes,
that.
I'll have to ask, Adam said he was keeping track of it, so I'll have to ask him about that.
Because we probably shouldn't wait too long on that,
Correct.
okay? Okay, and then we have, our audit report. Did you have a chance to look at that?
Yeah.
I did have a question. And I think it's just something I didn't pick up last year. On the sanitation, we get tax revenue from it, but the expense shows, which we don't see as revenue because it comes in with taxes, correct?
We see the revenue on that because I track that separately. That's one of the items on the revenue report that gets skewed because
Okay.
they're supposed to enter the warrant amount, not the actual received amount. But I always track the actual received amount for the revenue.
Okay. So it is on in our operating fund as revenue.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, because I think on his reports, it didn't see it, but maybe I didn't see that detail. I was just wondering. And it made me wonder if there was another way of handling it. And that also reminds me that for one of our goals, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, when we were replacing the flow meter and the pump at the sewer system where we pump it over to Vermont, we met with a group from Vermont. And at that time, they talked about somebody from the state who I think then left that position and it fell through the cracks, who could help us plan forward for capital expenditures for what we need to maintain it in the future. You know, right now, we basically just charge our residents what we're being charged for pumping the sewer over to Vermont. We're not including anything in terms of replacement down the road. So if we wanted to do that, there was somebody, and I don't know if there's a replacement for that position who might be able to help us. So kind of following up on that, and I think touching base again with the group from Lunenburg, so that we make sure that we're communicating and they have, everything's working on their end. It was just good to touch, we met with them.
And I did reach out to them when I received the notice that the bills were gonna go up again.
Yeah.
So a month or 6 weeks ago. And I've asked a couple times what the increase is going to be, and I've not received any response except for I'll forward your information to the person on that committee. I even asked after that, did you forward my information to the person on the committee? Because I've not received any information. And then I also stated that the board wanted to meet with them to talk about the sewer and crickets.
Okay,
So
so let's put that on our list so that we follow up later in the year and try to move forward on that. Do we have any other updates?
we got an email from Eversource regarding the X178 rebuild project. He wants to meet with I don't know who, just wants to meet with me and the road agent and any other town officials to discuss ways that they can coordinate with us during construction. Talked to him today. I was like, okay, to discuss what? Because we don't generally get involved in their process. Their what and their how, like we don't dictate that. So I talked to him today and he mentioned some ideas like, well, in some towns, when we have to put in the gravel roads, the towns have asked us to leave the gravel roads because it serves as a bike path or a walking path for people and or they ask us not to access certain roads for construction on certain days because they might be having events or those are two examples that he gave me. I said, well, I don't know about the whole gravel bike path, walking path thing. I don't really know if people want to do that under high power tension lines. I could ask and I said, we don't really have any events in town where I believe that this project is happening. I told him I would look at the map again to make
All be
sure.
turned into four-wheeler trails.
Yeah, so I said, I don't think either of those ideas would apply. If you have more sample ideas to give me, then we can talk about that. So I'll talk with Adam and see if,
I mean, would we want them for four-wheeler trails or snowmobile trails? No, we wouldn't, okay.
no, and I certainly wouldn't think that the people that live next to them would want that either.
It's their property,
Correct.
so.
It's
Yeah.
the utilities right away, so now we're gonna open that up for anybody, like, I don't think that that's something we wanna get involved in. So, he's supposed to give me more examples, also, we finally received the letter from the Department of Treasury that they're satisfied with the information that I've submitted multiple times to close off the SLFRF grant that we received. So they are finally closing it in their system after being closed on our end for almost a year.
This is a grant from during COVID,
Oh,
so it's really old. I keep, because I did it was before Jeanette was here.
Hmm.
I keep sending her these emails, and so she's been handling it. Because I know we filed all the final reports.
Yes.
It just
And
hasn't been closed in this.
in their
federal
system,
system.
yeah. And then we received an email from Primex that we will be getting workers' compensation return of surplus, workers' compensation return of surplus. So we'll receive $1,276 back from the 2025 surplus on workers' comp.
That's good.
Yeah,
So can I go back to Eversource
yes,
and the rebuild project?
yes.
Do either of you want to meet with them as select board members?
So did I miss something? This is just about them removing the gravel and putting the trail back.
they're the
or
ones that
whatever?
are.
Well, it's for,
the
they're,
upgrade.
they're upgrading the poles, and to do that, they're putting in these big gravel roads. We've got stuff they sent to us and they came and talked to us.
So
Yeah.
they would take everything back out and, you know, eventually stuff will go up. It just sounds like they
Yeah.
don't wanna take it out because it's a cost.
Well, that was just one of two examples that he gave me, like, we had a town that asked if we could leave it and blah, blah, cause I'm like, Matt, we don't dictate what you guys do. You're a utility. You're doing this in your right of way. You know, I can't imagine that there's anything that Dalton would want you to leave behind.
But if it said they would remove it when they're done, they should remove it.
Yes, I mean, and so he said he would look for more examples because even with my construction background, I'm like, I don't know why the road agent or I need to meet with you about it. My take on it is they've received a lot of backlash on this project. And so that's in a way forcing them to do much more community outreach to make sure that less people have something to complain about to get in their way. That's my personal opinion. I don't feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, like other communities have back a lot, but we have not.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
some communities have filed lawsuits saying this project's not needed. You guys are replacing all this infrastructure that doesn't even need it. It's just more money that you guys are gonna charge and so on and so forth, and yeah. So,
So any inclination to meet with them?
No.
if you guys are interested, you can go see, you can go see a presentation on the recent site developments while they're still obtaining project approval, because they haven't obtained that yet. So they're doing a meeting on June 25th at 1 PM at Indian Head Resort in Lincoln. And I can send this to you guys if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or they're doing one at 10 AM on June 26th at the Mountain View Grand in Whitefield.
you could send that out.
I'll just forward you guys the email.
I'm working both those days.
check.
And you're gonna do it at 1 PM and 10 AM, you're probably not gonna get a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
People are working.
That might be intentional.
What day is it?
Thursday and Friday,
Hmm.
25th, 26th.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Do it at 6 o'clock in the evening so that people can actually attend.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've received a lot of kickback from different communities on this and people are not happy. So they're doing a lot of community outreach on it. So the job that they're working on now, which I think is the Q, whatever, the one that's going across Dalton Road over by the Keats Farm. I get a project schedule update every week. So, you
Try
know,
taking a ride down Walker's Pit Road. That's narrow when you meet them.
yeah, I mean, they've been communicating with residents. I've heard, yep, they've gotten in touch with me. Yep, they're gonna be here this week, so. I mean, that's my concern is make sure that you're talking to the people you're affecting as you're working in their area.
Yeah.
And if they're happy, then I think we could be happy. So,
Sounds good. Okay. Do we have any other new business?
nope. We do have a non-public. Just so that you're aware, or well,
Well,
in
yeah.
addition to the other.
Okay. So is no other new business? Do
Nope.
we have any other do we have any public comment?
Nothing.
Okay. I make a motion that we go into non-public for personnel and what's the other one?
Legal.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Let's do the personnel first. You wanna-
You gotta turn it off.
Gotta turn it
Hold
off.
on. Yep. Oh, thank you. Pausing for non-public.
Okay, we are back in public session. I'm going to make a motion that we seal the minutes for non-public session number 1 and 2. Number 1, it's not finalized at some point. That could be unsealed, but, so I make a motion that we sign the, seal the minutes from non-public sessions number 1 and 2.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Good night.